Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of Svaash Plays Skyblock Minecraft. A lot has changed since my last video. As you can see, I have moved the sugarcane farm over here. And not only have I moved it over here, map, you can see I doubled it in size. As also you can see here, I filled out completely the area that we get for our sky block. I am now growing several forms of trees here, from regular oak to dark oak to birch to whatever pine, I don't know what to call it, spruce. So I can have different color woods when we start building our tower. I also moved the vegetable farm over here. I'm going to continue the farm, this wheat, but the rest of this will all be beets. Just so y'all can see, and we should have a really good income coming in. If you look over here to the right, uh, you can see my balance is now $87,000. At one point it was 100,000, but I did spend it on some more sand, so I did lose some money. But we're going to be able to make a lot more money, which will be very nice. I finally got the little puppy dog out from underneath, and there he is wandering around. This is where the tower is going to go. It's a big tower. It's going to be very decorated. It's going to look really cool when it's done. And then this area, all this back here is going to eventually rise to form mountains and cliffs of our valley. And right now, I was able to, believe it or not, I was able to go and build downward. I know it's a shock, but I was able to without dying. This is the next level underneath here. And if you look down here, you'll see that I've built down, and that's only about halfway down. So I will build further down, but I have built pretty far down so far. I think that's just a platform. Yeah. So that's just a platform. Uh, I've also learned how to type /is so I can teleport back to the top of the island if I do fall before I die. I've gotten pretty good at that because I have fallen several times, but not died. So that was very exciting for me to do. Um, Eventually, I'm going to be moving this also out of the way. And but things so far have been coming along very well. I'm liking how everything is turning out. This will give me 10 stacks of 64 times 2. So 20 stacks of 64 if I wait for the whole thing to blossom, which is nice. And as you can see here, I'll be adding more, some water and some more dirt here, and then plant the rest of these with beets. The beets are getting close to being ready. You can see little clumps here and there where they're not growing yet enough. And the same with the wheat. The wheat's coming along. It's not the greatest, but it works. And just to show you here too, I now have almost 2 full stacks of iron, and I bought some super cheap stone off of a player store, which we'll be using when we start building our islands. And I have tons of this stuff, lots of food standing around. So that's been happening and going really well. I'm going to actually build, I believe, 1 or 2 more this row and maybe 1 more up for the top of the floor of the tower, and then you'll actually see the tower start to rise. so I can have steps come down. This is all right here. This level grass will be across here. So y'all can see what I've got to fill in. I'd like to have a little waterfall and maybe a little river come through and maybe then fall off the edge way over here somewhere or something. Some forest and all that stuff. Sounds really cool. And I'm going to try to make it look as neat as possible. I tried to trap the dog into here, but he's not cooperating. He's hanging out over there. So, and eventually I'll move my never-ending pool. As you can see, let me see here if we go downstairs again real fast. If you look over here, although I guess it's too far away to work, it should be dripping water over here. Oh, there you saw some drops, if you can see that. Eventually, though, when I put this second layer up here, that'll stop. And I'm planning on making this like a huge chest and workroom area so that I can store all my goodies down here. And then as we go deeper down, you will see that we're going to put eventually move all our farms down here. I'll have some animals down here. At the very bottom, we'll have nether wart farms, which we haven't even started yet, and we'll work all that up. So that ought to be very, very neat to see. But as you can see, everything is coming along pretty well, and I'm hoping by tomorrow, y'all will actually see parts of the tower starting to go up, and I'll start harvesting all this sugar cane. Oh, I can't wait. And make some money here too. Also, I have upped my rank. I am now a noob plus plus. So far I have +1 extra home, which I actually don't even know what that means. I now can change the weather, and I have an extra auction slot if I ever start to do any auctions. So the next one is a scrub, which means you can add more people to your island, although we're soloing, so that's not going to matter much. But eventually we'll be able to change the time and start getting extra MC MMO experience. So that's pretty interesting. MC MMO stats. Did I do that wrong? What? Yeah, I must have. Slash MCMMO. And then, no, let me do the help. It'll tell me. Slash MCMMO help. And we don't need the bottom part. We need the top part. MC stats. Aha. MC stats. Okay. You can see now my herbalism is up to 210. My mining is a 187. My wood cutting's a 19. My smelting's a 95. It's slowly moving upwards, which is nice. So at least that's kind of neat. As soon as I start really chopping down these trees, I'll start to get some better wood cutting skills. So I'm especially going to need to be doing birch because I like to make my floors out of birch. I like to make my railings out of oak, and I also like to use to make walls out of the spruce or maybe the dark oak. We'll see how they turn out, and so you'll start to see some more method out of madness. Eventually this little column also is going to go away because over here, right over here, we're going to have this little tower that kind of sticks out, and it's a spiral staircase going up and down, And so that is another thing that we have to do. So anyways, that's the update. Thank y'all for watching. Of course, if you haven't already, please push that red subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications, because during the weekdays, I plan on continuing to post every night, and tell your friends, and help this channel grow. And I'm also planning on adding a few other games eventually, including Star Made. So yes, that would help if y'all would subscribe, and let's make this channel happen. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a great night.